Hello, and welcome to Rock Your Block, where we are highlighting individuals who are making an impact in our community. I'm your host, Larry Laws. On today's segment of First Home Alliance, we have a very special guest back for the second time. You remember her, the super mother, wife, friend, former NBA, that's WNBA player, and loan officer that goes out of her way to serve our veterans. Please welcome back to our show, the Queen of Mortgages, Markita Woods. Markita.
Larry.
Welcome back on the show. What you been up to lately?
A whole lot.
Really?
A whole lot. First, I want to say thank you so much for having me back. I really appreciate the opportunity to share and just enjoyed coming on the show last time.
Mm-hmm.
So since we were last here, though, the Queen of Mortgages has signed with a new team. Of course,
Okay.
I'm going to think of it as a basketball reference, right?
Okay.
So we've signed with a new team. We've joined Fairway Independent Mortgage, which is a national company licensed in all 50 states. Of
Okay.
course, I'll be handling things here in the Virginia, Maryland, and DC area for our home buyers and veterans. But chose to do this just because it's a very veteran-centric company, and I really wanted to be in a place that I could serve more and do more for what I call America's finest.
Okay. Now, you have this brand, Queen of Mortgages. Now, how is that going to translate from one company to the next, or is there any difference in branding?
Well, today I did actually decide to wear my QM shirt, which the QM does stand for the Queen of Mortgages.
Okay.
Self-appointed, of course.
Deserved.
However, the brand will stay the same. It will just be powered by Fairway now.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. And what are some of the advantages, I guess, with Fairway that maybe wasn't available before?
Well, basically, this company is very, as I mentioned before, just very veteran-centric. And with that being said, we're going to exhaust all options when trying to help a veteran buy a home. And I'm not saying that other companies don't do that, but in some cases they just can't. And that's
Yes.
just because of their makeup and who they're actually selling loans to on the back end. So somewhat complicated, but I just wanted the opportunity to make sure that I can serve our veterans that have A paper, A plus, the best, all the way down to some that may have some credit challenges, but still deserve to own a home. So that's the biggest difference for me and why I made the decision to join the Fairway team.
Okay. Now, did you actually have to change a physical location or anything of that sort?
So we did not. We were able to get the actual space that we're currently in licensed. So we're able to keep our office, just kind of change the name on the door, and of course some paperwork and a couple of dollars here or there to the state.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. How long did it take actually to transition from one to the other?
It was very fast. Actually, I kind of did something kind of funny. Kind of resigned from one company, moved to the other, and went on vacation for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
By the time I came back, we were up and running, but I was thoroughly impressed with the switch over. We were actually able to do that in like a 48-hour period, so really fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. And I see that with the shirt you have there, that's a nice looking shirt.
Well, thank you.
All right.
Thank
and
you.
actually, I saw you on I think it was a video clip. It was actually a different color. So.
That's right.
Okay.
So, you know, one thing, well, I don't know if you've seen the movie, there's a Steve Jobs, right?
Yes.
So he wore the same thing every day, right? Pretty much jeans and a black shirt.
Yes.
That was his signature outfit. So I said, well, we got this brand, the Queen of Mortgages. I'm going to get 5 shirts for a different color for every day of the week. So now I don't have to think about what to wear. I can
Okay.
focus all my energy on helping clients get into homes and not have to worry about what I'm putting on every day. So
Yeah.
that one was a pink shirt, actually.
Yes,
So
it
just
was.
figured I'd do the blue today. Didn't want to, you know,
Okay.
shock the buyers
Okay.
today. I mean, the viewers today.
Okay. Well, it's a very good uniform that you have there.
Thank you.
Okay. And outside the mortgage company, I think did you come up with some other some other branding?
So we were working on, obviously, the Military Mortgage Boot Camp, which we had
Okay.
spoke about before, which wasn't necessarily my branding, but a brand that I decided to associate with just to talk about what we do to actually help veterans. And I probably know what you're, leading into here, and I'll probably go ahead and talk about it myself.
Yes,
Go ahead and
okay.
bring it up, right?
Yes.
So what I'm finding, even though we are mortgage professionals, even yourself with First Home Alliance, realtors, I mean, we are basically entrepreneurs.
Yes.
We're salespeople, and we have to be our business, have to be our own brand. I think they call it like a solopreneur. And I'm finding that there are mortgage companies on every corner. There's everybody's cousins, brothers, uncles, a realtor.
Yes.
And I'm sure there are other companies that compete in the space. So it's all about making sure that we are putting ourselves in the light where we're memorable.
Okay.
And that was one of the reasons why I started using Queen of Mortgages as a brand, but also promoting that brand via social media.
Okay, and I see that you have this hashtag Ask Markita.
Oh,
and
yes.
so what are you doing with that, and how's that working out?
So Ask Markita just came about because we were doing a segment weekly, filming it on Facebook, where we had clients, kind of how you do at the end, where people have a question, and we were answering those questions via video, and putting those videos on Facebook and YouTube. So we decided to just make the hashtag Ask Markita. So if you have anything you want to know, you can do Ask Markita, but you also can search that hashtag and come up with some of the questions that people ask. Because many times people have the same questions about buying a home, maybe too shy to ask or just don't know where to look. So we started doing the Ask Markita segment and just kind of ran with it from there. Also had a podcast and some different things as far as that goes.
Yes, let's talk about some of those things. I've seen that you have been at different locations, and I think other professionals, whether it's realtors or lenders, have asked you to actually help them, go live.
Yes.
Why don't you share one of those experiences with us?
Well, going back to Ask Markita, ask more than mortgage questions, and truly humbled and actually flattered that another person in my space or colleague, far as a realtor or just another solopreneur, as I like to call them, would ask me to help them with their social media branding and getting their business out there via those platforms. So I have been doing this now for about a couple of years, but it seems like the last year or so I've been asked repeatedly to come out and share. So we've shared with realtors on how to build their brand on social media. And one of the things that became very popular, which we're kind of doing now, is video. And the use of video. I've been using video in my business for quite a while before it was the in thing to do. But now that it's in, just been asked to share. So I've been helping agents, mostly real estate agents, come in and talk about the effective use of video marketing and actually going live. And going live is basically on Facebook, where there is nothing scripted, there's no recording, we're going live and we're in the moment right there and getting their message out there and really actually just showing them how easy it is to actually do it, and just saying, hey, if I can do it, certainly you can too, because I always joke around about it. I say, hey, I really have a face for radio, but we're going to do this anyway. And so that's helped some people kind of start to put themselves out there. And again, I mean, as solopreneurs, we need to make ourselves known. People want people to like us, and we want people to trust us, and sometimes just typing words is not enough to actually do that.
Yes. And I've actually seen a few of them. When you go live, you can tell it's the person's first time. And so you actually giving them a demonstration, say, okay, we're live, and you very, very good at that.
Well, thank you. So actually, I'll be speaking to a little broader group here coming up soon, where it's just actually going to be all different businesses. And so we'll test our hypothesis with them on how easy it is to actually go live. Someone will be my victim that day.
Oh, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we're going to take a break. We're about... and what I would do prior to the break, I would like to remind first our viewers that we're First Home Alliance, a HUD-approved housing counseling agency serving the National Capital Area. If you're a first-time home buyer or homeowner in need of mortgage assistance, please visit the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development website to find a HUD-approved agency in your area. We'll be right back after the break. Stay tuned. The combined federal campaign and United Way Federation impacts quality of life nationally and across the globe. First Home Alliance, a community-based nonprofit housing counseling agency approved by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development to provide comprehensive housing assistance programs to help low to moderate income and veteran families. First Home Alliance is a CFC-approved charity and proud member of the United Way of the National Capital Area. Welcome back. You're watching Rock Your Block. I'm your host, Larry Laws of First Home Alliance. And if you're just now tuning in, You're joined today with the Queen of Mortgages, Markita Woods of Woodbridge, Virginia. Markita, before the break, we was talking about some of the exciting things that you was doing, helping other professionals in the field.
Yes.
Yes. And so, and like you said, you're a natural. And doing these,
You said that.
you are a natural. Yes. And so these video clips, and you actually have the military mortgage boot camp. And so where you're actually going out doing some training. Let's talk about that.
Sure. So I hate to sound redundant, but you know, the ultimate goal for us and what I am passionate about is serving veterans the right way when looking to purchase a home. And what we found, I mean, here recently, I won't name the company, but it's a company that actually has veterans in their name, fined close to $1 billion for abusing veterans in the home buying process. Actually, it was when they were refinancing, charging them fees that they shouldn't be charged. And you would think, though, that if a company has this in their name, that certainly they're going to have their six, you know?
Correct.
And that's just not the case. So I have taken the initiative, along with Military Mortgage Boot Camp, to be the boots on the ground and educate from, you know, a grassroots standpoint versus, you know, national news that comes across as far as commercials and different things when you're possibly calling into a call center type of environment versus someone that has been well vested in the guidelines. So Military Mortgage Boot Camps, that's their mission, and it's very simple: to protect and serve the veteran.
Yes.
That's a very simple mission statement, and you just add to it the fact that it's in the housing and real estate space.
And so how are you getting out there and putting these events on?
So as we mentioned before, we do the weekly segments because mortgage and lending and real estate realtors really are a team in serving a veteran. So we do a weekly segment to help educate, just small tidbits called Realtor Recon, which is the videos that we actually put out. And then we also do just a weekly veteran loan tip that is for the actual veteran, very consumer centric. But the other piece to that is actually doing lunch and learns. And that's where you come and just like we say, you get some lunch and you learn. But man, I'm finding out we better start learning first and then give them lunch.
After the lunch.
Yeah, man, you know how it goes. It's downhill from there. So just hosting lunch and learns. And like I said, really a very boots on the ground initiative and trying to make a difference here locally for the veterans that are in our footprint.
Okay. And so do you actually go out to those locations? Do you
yeah, so we host them at different places, and if somebody wants a boot camp at their office or even their employer, you can always get in contact with me. But right now we're doing it mostly through real estate offices as well as the local real estate association. And it's been very much geared towards the real estate professional. But as we expand, I do think it makes more sense for us to start to go direct to the veteran too, to help give an understanding. I mean, actually we did something together with VA rep, which is the Veteran Housing Summit. So although that wasn't Military Mortgage Boot Camp, I still think it was a great initiative for us to be involved with. We need to do that again.
Oh, yes.
Yes, for sure.
Yes, we definitely will soon. Yes. And so I would like to share one of those videos with our audience. Why don't you just lead us into that? What are we going to see? So
this is what's called the VA Loan Tip of the Week. And it's going to actually share with you what the true credit score requirements are when using your veteran benefits.
Okay, we're going to take a short clip, take a short break here, and I want you to review the video, and we'll be right back.
Hi, this is Markita Woods, the Queen of Mortgages and Military Mortgage Boot Camp instructor, one of the few in the nation, coming to you with another VA loan tip. Today I want to talk about credit scores. Now, it is true, the VA itself does not have a credit score. However, the banks that are lending money, such as ourselves, actually do. Now, it can vary on what your credit score needs to be, but for the most part, most banks want to see you around at least 600 to get a VA loan. I know I put the other things here for 640 or 680. Basically, the higher your score is, the better risk you are. But if you have low credit, do not fear. We have a way to do credit simulations to help you get back on track and make sure your score is above at least 600. So Credit scores, VA doesn't have any. The lenders that are actually lending the money actually do. If you want to talk about your scenario, just give us a call. Again, this is Markita Woods, the Queen of Mortgages, Military Mortgage Boot Camp instructor, signing out.
I hope you enjoyed that clip. And Markita, that clip was talking about the credit score.
Yes.
And so that question comes up almost at least monthly for us.
Monthly?
Monthly.
I would think daily.
Daily for you.
No, for you, actually.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. At each class, workshop is always a question.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Well, thank you for sharing that video with us. And you mentioned about some other activity here at VARAP.
Yes.
Veterans Association of Real Estate Professionals.
Yes.
And actually, you serve on their board as the membership director. And so tell us a little bit about what you do with VARAP.
So my goal with VARAP or VARAP, however you would choose to actually pronounce it, is to, again, empower the veteran through financial literacy, which will still be the same initiative with the Lunch and Learn, which we actually did, and you're just being modest about VA Rep. I'm actually under you. So as far as trying to spread the word about financial literacy and education for using your veteran benefits and just financial literacy in general. The real estate professional part of it is to, again, educate the real estate community, because there was a time that using a veteran home loan was frowned upon because of very many misconceptions, but as well as some things that were not properly done on the VA side that have been corrected now. So by far, to me, and of course I may be biased, it is by far the best financing on the planet, and that's been through trial and error and changes that have come about. However, we don't have enough forward thinkers to understand, or don't have enough information to understand that, you know, not encouraging a veteran to use their benefits is actually a disservice.
Correct.
So VA Rep has been very good about that. Also, we work on policy to help change policies on the Hill to make the loan more favorable, to make sure that people are more well informed about the benefits. So great organization. You can find out information about it at varep.net.
Yes.
And
and one of the positions you hold there that I know we're trying to grow the enrollment and registration in reference to in the industry, the real estate industry, is the membership.
Yes.
In reference to the membership director, how are you reaching out to bring in real estate professionals to this organization? So
something always seems to have something to do with food. So we are collaborating to host, Lunch and Learns to expose real estate professionals to the organization and who has sponsored it, and hopefully once they understand what we do, that they will want to join in. And I think here soon we have actually a meetup kind of evening event coming up in the Woodbridge area. So if you're a real estate professional or know a real estate professional that should be associated with VA Rep, then definitely reach out. But food is one way. Food is one way to dangle the carrot. And so that's something that we're doing, and just going to start ramping up our social media presence as well.
Okay, and you also mentioned about the advocacy, and so this year was I think your first experience going on the Hill.
Yes.
And so why don't you share that experience on Capitol Hill?
It was amazing.
Yes.
It was amazing, and I was like, wow, the level of involvement was awesome. To be able to actually go in and sit with the actual representatives of Congress and different things for the different areas that are served, it was just awesome.
Yes.
To be able to sit there and hash out what we need, why we need it, and how you can help us, it made all the difference. And I was just I would say I was almost embarrassed, though, that I had not been involved on this level before, and to know that the ability for us to do that is there.
Correct.
That's what it's all about, as far as being the government for the people. So I thought that was an excellent experience, and I really want to say thank you for allowing me to be a part of it.
Yes. Well, I really enjoy that, and inspired by others that maybe that are not veterans. I'm a veteran, so I'm supposed to go out there and serve veterans and look out for the benefit of veterans. But there's a lot of patriots like yourself that are out there supporting us. So I really appreciate that. Yes, and you see that it's much. I want to use the word easier. I'm not sure if it's, but it's more relaxing and enjoyable when you're actually trying to. You're asking for something for someone else rather than yourself.
Yes.
Yes. And how did you? How the individuals that you met, the representatives, was they receptive?
Very receptive.
Yes.
Very receptive. I was totally pleased with the reception and listening ear. I mean, unless they have a plastic face that we don't know about, it seems like that they were very encouraged and enthused and wanted to get behind our initiative. So I thought that was cool. As far as being, a patriot, you say you're a veteran, this is what you're supposed to do, but I'm kind of going to flip it and say, as a patriotic, as an American, actually, this is what we should do. It's like, I want to make it a love fest, but if you're going to actually go out and fight for our country and the freedoms that we have, the least we could do is come back and turn around and fight for rights and different things for you as a benefit, because it's deserved. It's well deserved.
Yes, in the same way, I think it's the thing that the veterans has earned.
Yes,
and so
exactly.
Yes.
That would be the correct term. Definitely have earned it. Yes.
Okay. All right. And so, tell us how we can find out more information about the Queen of Mortgages.
Just in general, you always can go to, I call it the second brain, which is the Google machine.
Okay.
Yeah, you always can Google just Queen of Mortgages, and we have plenty of information that will pop up. But my actual website is www.thequeenofmortgages.com. Probably no shocker there. So I can be reached there. Also, always can call at 703-929-2274. Call or text. But the biggest way that people usually reach out to me typically is through some type of online forum, whether that be through our website or even Facebook Messenger. So if you're on Facebook, our Facebook page, guess what?
What?
Queen of Mortgages.
Okay.
So if you want to join us or talk with me on Facebook via Messenger, you can always just search Queen of Mortgages, and we're here to serve.
Yeah. And I got a question. How often do you post during the day? How often?
So with the social media, there are 5 different social media prime times. And I know that is a lot of time to be involved with a social media platform, but the numbers actually suggest that today people spend more time actually on social media, such as a platform such as a Facebook or Twitter, longer than they actually do caring for their pets. And we love our fur babies.
True.
So that means people are spending, a couple hours a day at the least engaging on social media at some time. So there's 5 social media prime times that we teach professionals that, depending on who your client is and knowing who your ideal client is at what time that they will be engaging on the platform, is when we suggest you go there. So I don't have an ideal time of how many times you should be posting a day, but you should be posting during the ideal time that your ideal client would be on that platform. You have, for instance, the early riser, which is typically your higher end professionals that are engaging there before they start their day, and that's between 5 and 7 a.m. So I've had some people say, "What are you, what are you doing?" Hey, this is early riser, right? So, so just fitting into those 5 different prime times, really looking at when your ideal client will be there. I would say at minimum, though, to at least post once a day, because just like anything else, out of sight, out of mind, right? And our job is to be there when our clients are ready to move forward. So I just call it, basically buying brain cells through branding and through the use of effective social media.
Okay. All right. Markita, well, I want to say thank you for coming on and sharing all that good knowledge with us. And I'm going to have to ask you back, because I'm quite sure you have something new around the corner.
Always. And I'll be glad to come back. Thank you.
Well, thank you. I hope you enjoyed this interview with Markita and has appreciated the outstanding services she provides to our veterans. If you would like additional information from Markita, please contact and follow the Queen of Mortgages. It's time to check our inbox and see how we can help rock your block. Today's question comes from Arlington, Virginia. How can I get real help in building my credit and not worry about being scammed? Well, I would say one is that That is a good question. And one, you have trusted advisors. And so the individuals that you know and trust that are in the field, whether it's the field of mortgages, lender, go to the individuals that you have a good relationship with. And also check out nonprofits that do not charge you for the empowerment and training in the credit. Not only just pulling your credit and giving you a score, but empowering you with knowledge how to maintain that score and be successful. I'm your host, Larry Laws, and it's has been a pleasure sharing with you our mission and highlighting critical services and people that impact our community. If you have questions about financial fitness or how to make your dream of homeownership a success, send your question to our inbox and tune in to our show to see if your question was selected to be shared with our audience. You can easily get more information about our services by visiting our website. Thank you for watching today's segment of First Home Alliance, and join us next time to rock your block.
Flex Bootcamp is a pilot program. We are seeking applicants that are serious about getting into financial shape and willing to take on the Financial Literacy Education Experience Challenge. We ask candidates for a 12-month commitment of financial management conditioning. We offer 10 financial education modules augmented by monthly confidential one-on-one financial coaching sessions. We are committed to help you reach your financial goal. Your success is our success. If you are interested, please visit our website for more information.